friends, welcome to the core concept. Today we are going to discuss about something topic which is related to the cybercrime infrastructures. Recently in the previous video, we also noted how the 5G technology should be implemented in the cybercrime department, and what are the steps are needed to be taken by the cybercrime department before implementing the 5G technology in the cybercrime various divisions. So here we are especially discussing that infrastructure need to be more patchworks. The patchwork means what and all needs the demand which was engaging by the cybercrime department, especially in the infrastructure sector. That is the matter here. Okay, so here it's like our as usual video. We are going to see about the various issue related to the cybercrime department, and after that we are going to see about the solution part. Okay, let's see the first point. National Cybercrime Record Bureau from it was indicating that in the year of 2016 the cybercrime case which was around 12,317. Now as of now 50,035 cases are as of now it's recording for the every year, which means the problem of including the cybercrime activities which was increasing mainly in the metropolitan cities. So this problem is emerging as a huge national problem, and the national interest should be focused on the cybercrime issues. Now see the second point. Electronic evidence concerns some conflicting judgment of the Supreme Court India here. Actually, if you see there is any actual evidence code is available for the cybercrime or not, which means there is not at all any cybercrime code evidence act is there present in our country. So we are not following any standards, any uh, basic standards or Indian standards. We are not following for the cybercrime issues, and we don't have any the evidence act which is especially focusing on the cybercrime issues. We are not having those evidence act. The main problem is here is the police personnel are still confusing how to procedure the cases for the cybercrime issues. That was the main problem here. If you see the Supreme Court judgments, that second point explanation, there is a various case. The alterations of the judgment shows that even judges also don't have any procedure to follow the cybercrime activities result, which means those procedures are not available. That is the main problem here. So the policy maker should be focused on the clear procedure, especially for the cybercrime activities. And the case I already mentioned, the third number. If you see the third point, Arjun Pandit Rao versus Kailas. This is the one particular case. The Supreme Court gave the judgment which is conflicting the Constitution Privacy Act. That was here the main issue is there is not at all any procedural evidence procedural act, especially for the cybercrime department, need to be bring hereafter. Those procedures should be, if there is one particular procedure, evidence procedure is there means, then the court can be easily modified the way of judgment, or modified the way of procedural activities. That is what the main point here is. Not only the Arjun Pandit with Kailash cases, there is many cases the Supreme Court gave a viewpoint over the cybercrime activities. Okay, and if you see the Indian Evidence Act 65B Class 4, admissible for the electronic record if original record could not be found. Even though the electronic record, if there is a found means, there is only for the admissible value, which means the judges want the witness evidence in the recorder in the live eyes, not for the electronic devices. We can manipulate, we can create the electronic device. That is what in the Evidence Act result, there is section 65B class 4, which states that the electronic evidences are also is admissible, which is not a compulsory manner. So hereafter in the digital world or digital market economical field, the cyber cyber threatening is going to be activated more profoundly. So court should be adapt to the electronic evidences. Based upon the electronic evidences, the court have to be take a procedures. So before implementing this, the government should be make one BSI standard or ISO standard. Based upon the standard, the government should be follow the procedural act. Okay. Now see the fifth point. Police and public. This is the main issue. Police and public order in the state list. The primary obligation to check the crime or create a necessary cyber infrastructure is lies within the state. If the problem, cybercrime problem, is was gathered by any other central agency, means that particular police department, the investigation which was done by the police department, this was under the control of state government. So if a union government is taking to the procedure of any cybercrime issues, means it is very impossible to crack all the police records. That's what the here problem is. So there is a no procedural code, no evidential code, no procedural codes is available for the cybercrime activities. That is the main matter here, main issue here. Okay, the policymaker should be focused on the procedural code. Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center 14C under Ministry of Home Affairs to deal with all type of cybercrime needs to be done in the infrastructure deficit. It's obviously one main issue which is related to, if you see the Information Commissioner which was presented as a statutory body, he was under the Ministry of Home Affairs. He can also gather the very information related to the cybercrime activities, but the sharing between the state and the center is the main issue here. The investigation which was done by the state government, which was not by the shared to the central agencies. The central agencies are getting difficult to take various procedural code to the state government. Okay, that is what the issue here. And if you see the next point, there is no separate procedural code. I already mentioned this point. This is the core issue of this particular article. No separated procedural code for investigating cyber or computer related offense. Not only cyber, say computer related offense also. There is no a procedural code. Even if there is any issue happened, means the police persons are still confusing with the evidence act how to collect the evidences for the particular issue. That what the matter here. So there should be a particular procedural code for investigating the cyber crimes, right? The board guideline for identification, collection, acquisition, and prevention in the Indian Standard Act is issued by. It is obviously in 2012. There is an Indian standard value, ISO 27037 is to 2012. You don't need to remember these values at all. Just as of now, we are currently following this standard for the cybercrime related issue. But I already mentioned there should be a separate cybercrime procedural code, because based upon the code only the police is going to be investigated the cybercrimes. These kind of standards are outdated and which have to be amended as per the new cybercrime investigation requirement, right? Based upon the investigation requirement, they have to be amended these kind of standards. In July 2018, to frame the draft rules as a model for reception of the digital evidences by the court. And this is one convention. The court just drafted the rule to model to reception digital evidences. Now, as of now, it is admissible for the digital evidences, but there is a more possibility to create more digital evidences. So the court is not accepting digital evidences as of it's in a rare case they are accepting as an admissible value, especially the digital evidences. So here the court have to be change the procedure to adopt the digital evidences should be collected by the procedure based upon the any standard, Indian standard issued by the BIS. Okay, and half-hearted effort by the state required technical staff. And this is the main one problem. I already said in the 5G technological issue, before implementing the cybercrime, they have to be adopted various things. The main issue is the technical staff should be give a proper training before they have to be recruit in the cybercrime activities, crime related activity investigation team. So without if for example, if you take any person who is a background of any arts means they don't have any proper knowledge about the computer, means simply they are going and getting training and not able to grasp the idea of how to deal with these cybercrime infrastructures, because it is a huge infrastructure. Computer is a huge infrastructure. They have to be trained more and more. They have to be updated more and more, and year on year basis. So every 6 months they have to be get trained towards the updated version. That is what the problem here. The technical staff should be well engaged with the training. That is also a matter here. And the technical qualified staff acquired and analyze the digital evidences. There is a section of the India, our Indian Evidence Act under the section 65B. You just remember the section 65B of Indian Evidence Act. That also gave one standard to recruit the person, especially the technical staff related to the cybercrime activities, should be engaged with the computer knowledge background. Okay, that's what the act is. So I mentioned the 11 point of the issues which is related to the cybercrime infrastructures. Mainly, the cybercrime infrastructure is a serious problem we are facing year upon year. Let's see the cases count in the 2016 compared to the count in the 2020 means, which is more than how much? It more than 300 percentage ratio increased over the 4 years. If you see the 2030 and 2040, the cybercrime rate is was around what? In the lakhs. So that was the main issues here. So there should be a criminal posture. Now see the solution part. You just remember the 5 point, and you also remember that point also. Procedural code should be implemented by the policymaker for dealing with the cybercrime related issue. Okay. Now see the first point. The cyber forensic laboratory of the state must be upgraded with the advent of new technologies. Recently, I already mentioned in the 5G technological issue, they are going to adapt. Before adapting, they have to be bring a changes in the cybercrime department. Even though the updated versions of the various software should be bring before implemented the 5G technology, that what here the main issue is. The cybercrime forensic laboratory should be a advanced technological manner. That's why if you implemented the updated manner means the searching way of theft people, we can easily handle the various models like identifying the Aadhaar card match, facial recognition match. These kind of IG technology we can use in this cybercrime related issue. The central government proposed a digital rupee using blockchain technological tools. This is obviously one upcoming Reserve Bank of India idea. Digital rupee means, which means using the blockchain technology, we are serving the rupee in digitalized form, which means we don't have any hard copy. We are don't have any hard cover. Just we are having the digital way of circulations. That is what it was implemented through the blockchain technological. So this kind of new implementation was taken by the government means they have to be very strong with the cyber crime prevention technology. Before going through any cyber attack, they have to be ready to face the these kind of issues. If any fault happened means they have to be ready to deal with these kind of issues. Okay, that's what the 5G technology is giving the advanced speed towards the various software solutions to identifying the any issues related to the blockchain technologies. The center help upgrading the state laboratory by providing a funds. Corpus has granted chunks over the years. Obviously, and now as of you see the cybercrime laboratory, cyber forensic laboratory, which was present in a very particular state. So the government should be make the cyber forensic laboratory to the federalism active, which means it should be implemented in the all the state, and every state have to be one cyber forensic laboratory under the state government fund. Examiner of electronic evidence to provide expert opinion on electronic record. Yes, obviously they have to be one expert should be placed, expert should be recruited, because all the technical stuff we are going under the training before they are going to place in the recruitment cell. So they are the trainee based employee. One expert should be appointed by the government to deal with any cross check with the investigation. That is what here the main advice, main motto to bring a strong cyber security team in our country. And the last point, the National Cyber Forensic Lab and cyber prevention, which means the Delhi police already have CyPad and the National Cyber Forensic Lab. These labs are providing various cybercrime related foreign laboratory issues, and these are working under the Delhi police government. So This national cyber forensic lab should be implemented towards all the state, and all the states should be directly contacted with the NCFB and CyPad to do the various cybercrime investigations. These are the solutions part. So the main issue here is there should be implemented at least one what cyber procedure, cyber activity, crime activity procedural code to do a investigation by the police department as by the court also, and the evidence should be submitted in the electronic means. The court should be acceptable manner, and we see various issues, and in the solution parts also we see national cyber forensic lab and cyber to be implemented in the all the set, and a cyber forensic laboratory should be implemented in the all the set. The government should be appoint one examiner to all the trainee, to all the technical staff. There should be one examiner to cross check whether the investigation is going a good process or not. Okay, here the issue is related to the cybercrime infrastructure. How here government should be focused on the cybercrime infrastructures. Okay, and thank you so much. You just read the point again and again. You just grasp the idea of this particular PPT. That is more than enough. And you read the solution part also. And in the common solution point, which is I already mentioned, the ground set should be verified on year basis. Okay. And thank you. Let me see the other video.